Oh, you mean to read this? Oh, so they're literally not going to have.
To help you out.
Okay, cool.
No, they'll put a lot.
Perfect.
Tim? They're flashing the lights out there. Hello? Tim, are you recording this?
I got to compete with the.
You're awesome.
I know. Coffee and donuts. Go get donuts and come back. Yeah, right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start our financial update, spring financial update. If you'd like to come in, we are live streaming it for those at home, and it will be recorded and posted to our site. Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Collins.
Thank you, Pastor Andrea. Good morning, everybody. So, the rest are out there eating donuts, right? Okay. At least I can talk to the live streaming people. For those of you who don't know who I am Chris Collins. I am the current business director here at Lake Point Community Church. And the executive leadership team thought it would be a great idea to give a mid-year snapshot of where we're at with the church finances. So I'm going to do that today. It's going to be brief. It's not going to be some long thing. I'm going to provide some general numbers. There's not going to be a slideshow with pie charts and all that. We'll save that for the year-end numbers when we give a lot more detail. Just as a reminder, the church does operate on a fiscal year budget rather than a calendar year budget. So our budget runs from September 1st through August 31st. Most people think of January 1st through December 31st, but that is not the case. The Leadership Council approved our 2021-2022 budget back in July of last year, and we approved a $1 million budget. So 6 months in, which would take us to February 28th, we would have a target budget that we would try to meet at $500,000. So basically, we're going to, base everything off of that $500,000 threshold. Our total income for expenses so far in the first 6 months of our budget is at $550,355. And that comes from contributions, preschool tuition, and facilities rent. So basically that, again, covers us September 1st through February 28th. So we are currently exceeding our target budget of $500,000 by $50,355. Praise God is correct. Now, in saying that, to be fully transparent, we do not have a preschool that operates during the summer, so we lose income because of the tuition that we're not receiving. And also, just as a note, our giving throughout the summer months is usually down from the regular rest of the year. So even though we're up $50,000, which is great, you have to take into account what the summer looks like. Our total, let's see here, our total expenses for the same 6-month time frame is currently at $455,130. That also looks good because we're currently under budget on expenses by $44,870. But there's a however to that as well. Usually our buildings and grounds expenses are much higher during the spring and summertime than they are during the fall and winter months. So overall, we are currently in line with both income and expense expectations, I would say, over the first 6 months of our fiscal year. The goal is to end the year with the $1 million that we budgeted for. I think that we are on pace to do that. As the business director, Pastor Jesse talks about revival. I'm looking for financial revival. So we have just begun the budget process for the 2022-2023 budget. Just to give you an idea, that process starts in March and usually ends in July. It's quite a few month process. And what happens is the finance team in the church works on that budget, and then eventually we will submit a suggested budget to the Leadership Council again in July for approval. So basically every year the budget is approved in July. On a side note, the church is looking for additional team members to join both the finance team and a personnel team that we have. If you have any type of financial experience, or let's say nonprofit HR experience, and are interested in joining either one of those two teams, I would ask that you would please consider coming to see me. I'm available after this or anytime during the week during regular business hours. Just a quick FYI, in order to serve on those two teams, you do need to be a member in good standing. And just to quickly remind people what that is, that means you're a regular attender here at Lake Point, you're a regular tither, and you're serving in some capacity within the church. The leadership, isn't really looking for people to make decisions affecting financial decisions or staffing decisions when they're not technically a member in good standing. So please keep that in mind if you're interested in joining the teams. If anyone, that's my brief snapshot. This wasn't going to be long. If anyone has any other questions, they're looking for more detail of any kind, just please give me a call or come see me during regular church hours.
Can I just ask one quick question?
Yes.
So when you said that the winter months are less, the summer months is more expensive.
For buildings and grounds, we typically do more work and have larger purchases and larger expenses during the spring and summertime because we can get out and about and do facility maintenance and repairs and all that kind of stuff that we usually don't do during the winter. Yep. Exactly. Yep. Yep. And like I said, if anybody else wants to know anything in more detail, just call me in the church office or just come see me. Otherwise, that's it. Nice and short and sweet. And I hope you guys have a great, wonderful rest of the day, and God bless you. Thanks.